Right, hello everyone and welcome back. Sorry it's been a bit of a while since I've done a video, but I've been quite busy putting this back together and doing my other MG and just general life stuff really. Getting ready to reopen my shop as well. So what have I done? What can I bring you up to date on? So I've started rerouting all the electrics, which has been a bit of fun. The mobiliser and alarm system got cut out on my request by the fabricator. But I need to ask him and quiz him to see what he did with the loom, whether anything that had a break on it, or did it just get soldered in and he taped them up. But you know, and I haven't done a I can't even say it, the test on it to make sure the wires aren't broken with a multimeter yet. But I've run it into roughly where it should be going. I've done the same with my brake lines and my fuel lines back to the back. I'm just having a bit of fun trying to shape it now to get it in the tank. I might take the tank off and just do it that way, and then put my tank back on and stretch it up. It's copper stuff, so if it's not at the right angle, it's not at the right angle. So my horns are back on, front balance is on, obviously I put the bonnet on. I've managed to get my screen in. Now the screen was a bit of fun. It needed shaping basically. I think it got slightly damaged in transit or damaged somewhere. It was just a little bit wider, so I've had to tweak it in and fit it, but I've got it on with all the original fittings and this ain't coming off ever again. Started putting on things like the VIN number and the plaques, the bonnets that catches, got the speedo cables through, clutch master cylinders back on, everything sort of connected up that way. The doors, I've got to proper hang them yet, and I'm waiting for some more screws and gaskets before I put the latches and the catches on. But that's where I'm up to. So the inside's all painted now. I'll make sure I touch it up. I've been running in and out of it, so I've most probably scratched it here and there. I know I've caught the car in a couple of places, so I'll have to go back to the painter to have a bit of a buff and touch up, and I've still got some. That's life, you know. I would have liked to build this car unpainted, but it's just the way it worked. It came back to me painted to rebuild up. Anyhow, so things I've got, you know, I'm learning. I'm putting the door mechanisms back and stuff together. As you can see, the dash is half out, but fortunately all the wiring was left on the back of that, and so I've just run the loom back through. I'm waiting for some more bits from a wiper for the catch bits that lock it in at the top. The top vents that go on here that hold on the, it's here, look. So basically that's underneath like so, and they bolt in through there, but it's a plate that goes over the top like a cover, and it's got standard like captive bolts that go through, and you just collect it all from the bottom. But the problem is they're that old and they've sheared and stuff, so they're not the right length and they're broken. So I'm trying to find replacing one of these is like proper hard work. Any ones I've found have been 50 quid a piece just for one little piece of metal. I'm not that keen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt it up with normal bolts, so the blower is still there, and then I'm just going to most probably nicely just seal it on or something, or a bit of glue here and there, just bob it on, and then it'll be stuck on. It'll be fine. It just covers the bolts that I've done underneath. Handbrake yet to put back in. I have undersealed all inside the inner sills, outer sills, all that sort of thing. I've been underneath the dash and sprayed up all underneath the metal there where it's any sort of rust. Towards the back end of the car, so I've now got the petrol tank back in, but as you can see, this metal pipe, it's got like a weird, not a kink in it, but it wants bending in the right way, so it comes up at the right angle to screw in correctly there. So I was just fanning about with that. I have now got my lights and indicators mounted. It's been fun drilling them. I've made templates and stuff. I don't know where I've put them now, but I did make templates so I could actually mark it all out and drill it. So I had a couple of circlish ones for there. Here we go. So there's a template I did for the reverse light and number plate light. And I made a couple of round templates on the back of the lamps to go on and mount them. Right, what else? like I said, I'm literally just plodding along. I'm trying to connect up stuff that I know that's right. A lot of the labelling I've done's come off, and everybody else, some other people have took stuff out, which I've got to go back, just painstakingly to go back for the wiring loom details and stuff and get it all in. Oh, I got the steering rack in as well, so I put the steering rack in and steering wheel. So my next sort of port of call is to build the doors up really. I've got seals coming, so as soon as I get my boot seal, I'll be putting my boot back on because I've got all that done on the hinges, so that'll be on and complete, and then I'll be near enough finished in the boot, other than these holes here need either grommeting or bolting in with a couple of bolts. I think they're, not sure what they're from actually. They might be from the original old bumper marks where you put the rear bumpers on, I presume, the little catch can bumpers, but this doesn't have them on, so it was bumperless at the back. Yeah, so I've got plenty of drain holes. Drain hole there, I've got a drain hole at the front there as well, that's going to be grommeted. Just bring the grommet down, you see, I just need to shape it or make sure it fits nicely. And yeah, so it's not been ideal. I have marked it in a couple of places. That's the worst one here, where I've marked it, pulling the screen out, it went like that, because the screen was really hard work to get in on my own, but that's life. So hopefully it'll just go back to him. I've got to touch it up, buff it out. If not, I'll just have to touch it up or sort it myself. It's not the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world. So next thing is sort of like get ready to put the doors back together. I'm working out, as you can see in that one there, this one's got the glass in, this one, the other one underneath has not got the glass in, so the glass needs to go back in here and make sure the window regulator and everything's working right. I've sort of half built up the door over there with the door latch and stuff, but I need someone else to come and give me a lift so I can make sure they all line up nicely. And I need to work out, there's some bars and stuff, so when you press the door button it opens stuff, so I'm just trying to get my head around that stuff at the moment. It's all in there, look, in my little box of goodies. I'm just cracking on, you know, there's not much else for me to do. I'm doing just a little bit at a time. I know I've got till the 12th of April to be smashing this out, but I'm just financially in a position where I'm waiting for more money, and I'm buying bits as I can afford. As I'm coming to like, thought right, I'll mount my boot. I had to buy new boot badges, so that were like another 40 odd quid in boot badges, so I've done that. I thought right, I'll put it back on, realised that my brackets, my hinges wanted stripped when it was taken off, so I had to buy a couple of new hinges, wait for them to come, wait for the gaskets to come for it. So I've got most of the stuff ready now, but we're just plodding on. I've managed to get this back on and painted. This didn't go to the painters, unfortunately, so it didn't get colour coded, but because it holds down the, it's for the vinyl roof, painted it black anyway, so I will be fitting into this as well the vinyl roof, which I think they connect onto these holes here. These might just need a lining up a bit better. They're perfect over here, look. So and that's about it really. So then I'll have the soft top in, the hard top over the top. So when I take the hard top off and I'm out and it's raining, I've still got the soft top to put up. It's not the best string, wants a good clean anyway for sure, but at least I've got one. It doesn't look like it has holes in it, so it'll just be a case of nursing it back to care, into good health. Yeah, so I'll wait until I do a bit more, guys. Like I said, I've got plenty of bits coming to keep me occupied. So door seals, boot seals, bonnet seals to be done. I've just got these, let me put them here. Everything's everywhere, look at the moment. Well organised I am. So I just had to buy some new bolts for the latch and the door stay plates, striker plates, that's what they're called. So I've got them. I'm just finding I need stuff as I go along, so you know, I've got plenty of nuts and bolts that are all UNF. I got my plaques back on today, I've done that as well. So it's just little bits and bobs. But that's been my main thing today. I've done the rear lights and just gone home, give it some with the drill end. I've got to highly say I've been quite impressed. First time I've ever used one of these, and it bossed it, did the job perfectly. But it's what it's meant for. It's just sheet metal, thin sheet metal. But then yeah, I'll make sure everything's dressed up and sealed in again. I'm not bothering putting the tunnel in yet because it will have to go to a mechanic, because it's one thing I'm not doing it in this garage. I'm not dropping the gearbox off to look at the clutch and check the what's going on with the pressure plate, because it's all, when I got it, the clutch was locked, so it could either been that there was a bad fluid in it, it could need a new master or clutch cylinder, or it, because it's an A series, what they're prone to do, if you leave them a while, the pressure plate gets stuck. It happens on the MG Midget if you leave it more for like a month and a half. It just sticks, and basically you can engage the clutch, but you can't put it in gear when it's running. You can do it when it's not running, so how you have to start it is you put it in gear, then you start it on the starter motor, and it 9.5 times out of 10 it will free up and you're fine, but that other half, 0.5% will just absolutely shred it and you need a new one. So it's not worth the risk on this, because it has been stood over 8-9 years. So I just want to make sure that it gets, so once it all comes back to me all checked and sorted. So the main plan is to get all the electrics as far as I can with myself off the thing. I'm no electrician, and then I'm going to get an auto electrician to come out and get to the point where we've got spark, charging, my lights working and stuff like that, and then I'm good to go from there. It's going to go to a mechanic so I can get the clutch sorted. Also, I need the carbs cleaning and sorted, and it needs just a good going through. And I'm not sure what I'm doing yet with the point system. So initially it came with a Piranha Neutronic system, Neutronic Piranha points, which are actually based in Blackburn near me. So I've got that to set up, which all needs linking up to my coil, and then through to me, that goes into my dizzy cap, which is my sensor for my points. So it's just things like that I want to make sure I've got set up right. I've got a new fuel pump to put in, I've got a new battery on the way. I'm not sure which one's my indicators or my light regulators out of these, so there's a bit more homework to be done. And make sure I've got my thermostatic electric fan working, just all the bits and bobs really, and a good going. Make sure I've had a full oil change, oil flush, oil change, diff oil done. My brakes won't bleeding because there's no fluid in it, my clutch won't bleeding because there's no fluid in it. So that again is another job I'd like to be done at a garage, because I'm not a big fan of brakes. I can build them all up myself, but the actual brake bleeding and things, I just get it everywhere. So I'm my own worst nightmare with this paint, never mind fucking brake cleaner on it as well. So that's where I'm up to at the moment, guys. I'll keep you updated as I keep going and do more. Peace out.